Hello, everyone. It's Michael Jaco with Unleashing Intuition Secrets. So we have another false flag event that has happened in Minnesota. Imagine that. So Jesse Ventura, you might remember, was the governor of former SEAL was the governor of Minnesota. Mysteriously, his wife got cancer, and he left the office after his first term. And then moved to Mexico, and he started a very interesting program, conspiracy theory. And then eventually he said he left that because every time that he went through an airport, he was harassed. Imagine that, all the way back then, 2009, 2012 era. So we know that the CIA was in charge of Minnesota because 23 CIA agents invited the governor of Minnesota, Jesse Ventura, into a basement meeting with them after he won election, questioning him how that he had won, right? Because they control the elections in America and the world. So they're like, how did you win? They were very confounded. And of course, he went on to, stir the pot quite a bit more. And now he's kind of laying low. But, after winning a case against another Navy SEAL that basically claimed that he had punched this former Navy SEAL. I'm not going to go into it, but former Navy SEAL said he punched him in a SEAL bar that we had in Coronado, Danny's, or Danny's, or was it some other bar? So anyway, there was a bar that eventually he got punched in supposedly, and he won a case against that because it was a lie. Because the guy that actually owned the bar said, no, that never happened in my bar. And so anyway, there's a lot of CIA controlled stuff out there in the military, in the government. We all know that. They obviously own states. They own Minnesota. We had the George Floyd riot in Minnesota. And now we're having new riots. And we just had another false flag, like George Floyd killing. We've had another false flag where there are people that have died. All right, so they're trying to start, and what a day for it to happen, right? When there's like 2,000 protests all over, not just our country, but also throughout the world, right? So the whole world has gotten involved. People have been paid all over the world to get involved in these, but some people are actually showing up. The 80-20 rule, there's 20% of us that are basically, keeping this country going, and then there's 80% are just fuck offs, right? So, the abnormal brain people that like the Young Frankenstein movie. So I'll show a little bit of that. I have some friends that are down and that went down to St. Pete and Tampa, and these people are just going from one protest to the next, and who knows what's going to happen at the end of the day as the night wears on. And so it'll be interesting. So today is a beautiful day, actually, other than the fact that, we have our country under extreme threat. The enemy's within. But we still have, great ceremonies. Today is Flag Day, right? So I'm gonna show you guys a little video. It's going to play in the background without sound. Basically, what it is, it's a there was a flag that was raised over Iwo Jima, and they made a memorial out of it. So it's quite beautiful, and so that's going to play in the background with a flag flying. I like it. So this is a great way to celebrate Flag Day. The Americans have died for that flag ever since the Revolutionary War and all the wars ever since. So here's the Iwo Jima Memorial. And of course, the Iwo Jima Memorial celebrates a real event in history. There's 6 guys here that are raising this flag. 3 of them actually died because the Iwo Jima War continued on for I think 8 months, another 8 months or something. So here's that's original. There was a flag that was raised earlier, and so they wanted a larger flag, and so they brought a larger flag, so it could be seen throughout all the islands. So it would be motivational for the troops that are still, fighting out there. There was over 6,000 men that died, mostly Marines. They died in this battle. Very tragic. So as we got closer to Japan, the fighting got more and more intense, and then they dropped atomic bomb. And Japan said, after a couple of those bombs, they said, "Okay, we give up." So that is some of the history that America has gone through, and yet on the day that this is being celebrated, we have people protesting with Trump derangement syndrome. Unbelievable, right? Who I think will probably go down as the greatest president in history. There are people, that are still brainwashed by the CIA, and it's going to be like that, I believe, going forward. And thank you very much. Just got a nice hot tea from my producer, my lovely producer. All right, so the Minnesota assassin is a Tampon Tim appointee and No Kings communist domestic terrorist. So earlier, we had Tampon Tim basically came out. And Tampon, of course, if you don't remember it, Tampon Tim was going to be the vice president for Laughing Hyena Kamala. And so he was allowing tampons to be put into boys' bathrooms. So they call him Tampon Tim. So we get some real winners out there, guys. So crazy. Oh yeah. So this is a breaking news as of 12:50 today. So about I don't know, a little over 4 hours ago, 4 hours ago. They were told that this person is Vance Luther Bolter. It's the same Bolter that was appointed to the governor's workforce development board in 2019 by Governor Tim Walz, Tampon Tim. So here he is earlier, I guess before they knew who this was, saying this was, and of course we have somebody saying that Joe Biden said something, but that doesn't mean that Joe Biden said anything because Joe Biden's dead, so executed for treason. So we have someone saying that Joe Biden said, "Oh, let's not do political war." Well, it's a false flag, just like George Floyd, right? It's trying to stir things up. Are they going to use this? Probably, just like they did George Floyd, to start the violence. Well, the violence has started. So you've had a couple of people killed here, and I think one or two people were shot. So the alleged shooter. So of course, he's already been identified, but they're going to keep saying the alleged until he goes through court. Of course, if he has a Minnesota judge that's appointed by Tim Walz, he'll probably get off because that's the way these things are. Because we know that the judicial system is corrupted, and until we get the judicial system corrupted, then we can't bring people in that have committed treason, right? Unless, I guess, they have done something like, I guess, Joe Biden did, because they got him. So have they gotten other people? I think so. So there seem to be some people that can go bye-bye for treason, but for it to be, I guess, through the regular judicial system, it has to be fixed before that's going to happen, right? So let's look at the information on this. I'm gonna go a little bit here. Let me share. Let's share the face of alleged, because who knows? Maybe this guy's being set up. Maybe this guy's a patsy. We know about those patsies. Does he look like a killer? Not that picture doesn't look like killer to me. So I don't know. Private sector representative, Governor's Workforce Development Council. So this was back in 2019, I believe it was, when this picture was taken. Effective June 2016. Term expires 2018. So, people can change. Maybe he's got a hard look now. So who knows if I saw him today. So he dressed as a police officer, and he had an SUV, a black SUV with lights, with cop lights, and he had a black bulletproof vest on. And I don't know if he had a badge or whatever, but he came up and he identified himself, and I guess the two people that were killed basically came to the door or whatever. He went inside or whatever, because they were like, "Oh, this is a police officer." So what are some of these riots about? They're about the police. They're against the police, right? So you have someone that dresses like a police officer and goes and executes Democrats. It's because I've been telling you guys, the devil doesn't care. You can make a deal with the devil. He doesn't care. He's going to, when you're no longer used to him, you're dead. You can be killed. All right. So Democrats are basically cannon fodder for the devil, because you guys made a deal with the devil. Obviously, you're Democrats. All right. So, and the Democrat Party is basically demonic. I call them demo-rats. They're rat people, and they're demon rats, right? So I don't know. It's like, God, I just keep revealing this stuff. I've been revealing this stuff for friggin' 5, 10, whatever, how many years? And the Democrat Party is still there. And then you have all these people that are protesting in the streets now, thousands and thousands. Good God. Is it worth it? I think it is. I think it is. I think there's a lot more of us than them. So, every place that I've been, it's a 20-80 rule. There's 20% of the people really get the work done, and then if you really narrow it down, it's like maybe 1 to 5%, right? And the rest, the other 80% are like the Democrats of our country, and the leftists of the world. So Minnesota shooting, June, today, Flag Day, President Trump's birthday, and the Army 250th birthday. Wow. What a day to do the shootings, huh? So the victim's state representative, Melissa Hortman, and her husband, Mark, were killed. State Senator John Hoffman and his wife, Yvette, were also shot but survived after undergoing surgery. So I guess he shot him multiple times. So I don't know how you can kill 2 people and then go to 2 other people and shoot them multiple times and not kill them. Supposedly he got in a shootout with the police and then escaped, and he's at large. What are the odds of that? Right? So false flag shootings are like that. A manhunt is underway for the suspect who fled the scene after a shootout with police. Law enforcement issued a shelter-in-place order in a 3-mile radius of the Edinburgh Golf Course in Brooklyn Park. Political rallies planned for that day in Minnesota under the slogan, "No Kings, we're canceled." We're canceled. All right. Yeah. It's just a crazy, demonic, demo rat show going on right now. So the at-large suspect identified. Authorities have named him, like I said, Vance Bolter, 57, a suspect in shootings, killed the top Democrat in Minnesota House and her husband. The gunman, who authorities said fled police after a shootout, was described in an alert as a white man with brown hair wearing black body armor who may misrepresent himself as law enforcement. May. He did, but he may not in the future. So he may. So they have to be clear about this. All right. He has, that would be helpful, that he has misrepresented himself. But they say he may misrepresent himself. So, we've, in the beginning stages, I've been following this for hours. I was like, should I wait to put this out? No, let's just get it out there. Probably going to be a shit show tonight and into tomorrow. I don't know. Uh, Luciferians don't honor Sunday, so we'll probably see the protests spill over into tomorrow. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on with this false flag, guys. All right. And now let's go to another false flag. George Floyd. Where was that? Minnesota. How about that? Minnesota. How about that? So, and 46-year-old black man George Floyd was murdered by a white Minneapolis police officer, Derek Chauvin, in May 25th, 2020. The incident, which occurred during the arrest, as we all know, so George Floyd was arrested after he reportedly used a counterfeit $20 bill. Total setup, total back of the neck, doesn't do anything to you, does not choke you out. If this person did die, he died of a drug overdose, as a lot of people are saying. So who knows? Who knows? Somebody knows. But that coffin that supposedly he was in wasn't big enough for him. There's a lot of anomalies going on. So how much did his family get? Millions. So so there must be a payoff. Must be good money to lie. As demon rats know, they get paid well to lie and destroy our country. So I don't know how I get away with it. I don't know how I get away with it. So protesters fill streets across the U.S. to oppose Trump policies. Demonstrators gathered in large cities and smaller communities from coast to coast. Los Angeles said it was preparing for a turnout that may be unprecedented. That's amazing to me. Now, how do you get unprecedented? How do you get people protesting all over the world? How do you have 2,000 protests across the United States? Trump derangement syndrome on steroids. How do you do that? It baffles me. It really does. I don't know how these people get away with it. How do they keep doing this? You would think at some point that people would finally just wake the F up, but no. We still have stupidity reign. And there are reasons for this, and this could be it. That people didn't get the right brain.
Whose brain I did put in? And you won't be angry? I will not be angry. I be someone. I be someone. I be who? I be normal.
Yes. So I think a lot of Democrats have gotten the Abby normal brain. Wow. But I did fight for people to have their free speech. All right. I did fight, put my life on the line for people to do stupid. It's okay. I don't agree with it. I think it's stupid. But if you do it peacefully, good for you. Good for you. Walk the streets holding stupid signs, make your stupid chants. And, it is what it is. The mood is joyous among the thousands in downtown Los Angeles. After marching through the streets, people are back near City Hall, dancing to music and lounging in green spaces under shady trees. The air smells of bacon-wrapped hot dogs, a Los Angeles street food staple. It just sounds so lovely. On Flag Day, on the 250th anniversary of the Army who has fought from the Revolutionary War all the way to today and will probably fight in the streets of the United States soon. All right. Thousands of demonstrators are marching from Dolores Park to San Francisco Civic Center. The rally sprawling through deeply CIA-controlled Democratic Denver has the vibe of a summer concert. They just dripping tripping with metaphors. It's lovely. All right. Protest spread far beyond U.S. cities on Saturday. Videos and images posted to social media showed demonstrators gathering in Spain, England, Sweden, Germany, and France, where they sang songs including the Star Spangled Banner. They're so patriotic. I love those foreigners. I love them. Not because you guys are leftist. F off. Right? You. I wish. I wish you. Next, you'll be burning the flag. You'll be burning the flag. Right. So anyway, they wore patriotic clothing and carried signs. Eunuch Epstein Ortiz. What a name. What a name. I wonder if she gets questioned about that often. The national spokeswoman for the No Kings group. Epstein. Oh, yeah, that's good. Spokeswoman for the No Kings group, which organized the protests. And where did that funding come from? From lots of people, and one of those being one of the, I guess, grandchildren of Sam Walton, Walmart, Harris, right? She's got a lot of money. So she put it into all these protests. Let's go Orange Man bad to the next level. Let's go steroidish. Right? Oh my God. What has happened to America and the world? Hundreds of protesters are filling the sidewalks outside the city hall in downtown Springfield, Ohio, chanting "Dumb Trump." The city has been a focus of Trump's anti-immigration policy campaign. But we did have that chant, didn't we? Of "Let's go, Brandon." Right? Let's go, Brandon. Yeah. So protesters took the ferry because we couldn't protest anymore because we tried that on January 6th and they came after us. But now the spigots are open. The spigots are open for the Democrats. Spigots are open for the Democrats again. You know, before they were open, before J6, and then after J6, whoop, went the other way. So Republicans and conservatives, no more. No more. You guys can't go out there anymore because you guys gather in very, very large groups, much larger than we can gather people, and we can't have that anymore. And we're going to start to throw all of you that were there in prison at some point. We'll get them all. We'll get you all. And so Jesse Ventura talked about that. Talked about those prison camps that they had planned for us. Susan Sarandon. She has done these things quite often. There's people in Daily Plaza. I think that's Chicago. Yeah, Chicago. The crowd of people marching stretched for 15 city blocks, and Police Superintendent Larry Snelling of Chicago estimated the crowd to be at least 15,000. Still much smaller than I would say. All these protests across the United States are still less than what we had just in Washington, D.C. on that fateful day. Susan Sarandon, the Oscar-winning actress, marched at the front of the demonstration that began at Manhattan's Bryant Park on Saturday. Sarandon helped carry a large banner that stretched almost the entire width of Fifth Avenue. All right, so in Miami, the mood has been upbeat. Juan Luis Guarez merengue song Visa para un sueño, all right, playing in the background. So 60-year-old citizen, originally from Nicaragua, U.S. citizen. Good. You're not illegal. I like that. Good for you. Welcome to America, and protest all you want, sing your music, whatever you want. Just don't get violent, and don't get violent with anybody else. Right? Held a sign in Spanish that read, "Down with the dictatorship." Whatever. Like I said, there's 80-20 rule. There's 20% of us who are going to make this America great, while you knuckleheads do your stupid out there. All right, so it goes on. Benjamin Franklin Parkway in Philadelphia. There's like a lot of people there, thousands. We're taking our flag back. No, you're not. You're going to take that from the Marines? You're going to take that from the Marines? The same Marines, the family of Marines that rose that flag over Iwo Jima, that fought all the way to the top of Iwo Jima, and 3 more of those guys died later fighting? You going to take that from them? You going to take that from me? Better think. Better think what you're doing. I know you guys don't think because you got abnormal brains, but you need to start to maybe take a pause here or there, right? Because this ain't going to go good for you guys. All right, let's go into some other little things. This is from some friends of ours that were on the scene, and so they got police helicopters flying. This is from Doug and Gina, some friends of ours. So they are out there amongst the people. All right, so we got people driving by, beeping horns. So it seems a little festive. They question some people. This guy, the only thing he liked about Trump, he's getting rid of the pennies. So people have their opinions. Opinions are fine. They don't bother me. Opinions don't bother me. So here we have, looks like a little instigation going on, trying to get some people riled up. I don't know, agitators. So are these really MAGA agitators? Just like the one guy that did the shooting. First, they came right out and said this is a politically motivated shooting, trying to stir the pot already. But this is actually someone that the Democrats appointed that went off and killed Democrats. So here we have what looks like a little standoff, a counter. Maybe this is just a counter. MAGA supporters against Trump haters. I don't know. No KKK, no fascist USA. So it looks like a counter. Trump supporters are countering the no KKK, no fascist USA. So it's kind of like what's going on out there, guys. It's a little back and forth right now in some of these places. I don't see it as a big deal. It is America. We all have our opinions. You have a abnormal brain, and you have different opinions. It's like when I went through SEAL teams. A lot of great people. When I went through training, there was only 20% of us made it through training. The other 80%, good guys, right? Went off and had good careers in the Navy, did good things in their lives, and and I've talked to a lot of these guys over the years. I've done different courses, and guys have come through my courses that have been through when I was a SEAL instructor, and said that they had a great experience of the period of time that they were there. These people that are protesting against America, I'm sure they've had great experiences here in America. So, maybe it's not perfect for them, They actually would like a fascist state, because that's where this country was going, but it's not going to. So they're, as we know, they like point the finger because they don't think. They have abnormal brains, right? So they don't think for themselves. They've been brainwashed by CIA influence and so forth for a long time. MK Ultra is very strong in a lot of these people. So they're gonna continue to do the things they do. It's okay as long as they don't, get out of control. Donald Trump is going to stay. Hey, hey, you ho hos. So it is, a little festive out there. They made their little signs. They have their children. I'm not going to show the children making signs that said F-U-C-K Trump. Looks like a little 8-year-old boy his mom was having him scribble out F-U-C-K Trump. Sad, but this is why in the olden days, when there were wars, they wiped everybody out. Fortunately, we're not in those days anymore for these people. All right, so let's look at a little bit No Kings protest across Tampa Bay. It's a little video here. So as you can see, there's a fairly good amount of people. So it's obviously drone footage. Doesn't look like they're holding up traffic. So now here in Florida, our governor has said that if someone is driving a car and someone is a threat to that person driving the car, or they perceive that someone is a threat, they can run over them. He said that. And then we've had several sheriffs have come out and said, we do not allow riots in Florida. If you riot in Florida and you are a threat, then we will make you into Swiss cheese, right? And your family will have to come and pick you up because you will no longer be with us. So this is what they're saying in Florida. So these people, they can raise their signs, they can, do their ho ho hey hey, Trump's got to go, whatever the hell they say. But it's probably not going to get out of hand in Florida. Now in other places like LA where they promote it and want it to get out of hand, we've already seen it's gotten out of hand. The people don't respect the police force there, and that's another reason why I think the Democrats are pushing for that, with that false flag, with someone dressing as a police officer and killing those people. And then is that guy going to be the patsy? Is he going to show up? They've already released his information. They know who it is, but they haven't gotten him yet. So are they just doing it off of, they recognized him? I don't know. That's very interesting to me. So let's look at some more pictures and let's discuss. So here we have someone that is a protest coordinator. All right. So she's got the binder. It's got all the things. She's got her vest on. She's got her megaphone. And so you hear these people that are like, Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, la, lo, la, la. So they have, people that are coordinators for all that. And they basically have other things that they have that help them coordinate that, because they, like we talked about, don't have normal brains where they can think for themselves. So they have paperwork like this, where they can go to this paperwork and get the insights that they need. All right, so this is basically the script that they're going off of. Democracy, abortion rights, environment. They're also signing people up for mail-in ballots, as we know, should be illegal, but they know that's how they win, through illegal mail-in ballots. All right, so they're signing people up for that. Of course, those names are being taken. So, who's gonna control those names? I would not give up your name for any of these events. But I'm talking the people that are going to be at these events. I'm not talking to them right now, so they're not going to tune into this show. Says, show me what unity looks like. This is probably Chance. Show me what the people look like. Show me what justice looks like. Show me what America looks like. That can go either way, of course, but if you're on one side of this, police are in on it, and some places Jesus. And thanks for coming in, Jesus, and giving us a little shout out. Appreciate that. I think police are in on it in some places, probably here and there, but for the most part, especially here in Florida, not so much. The governor here is very conservative, and they turned this state from very close to a blue state to a very solid red state. So he's done a very good job. Kudos to him. Now let's go into the other side of this, the CIA control, like we talked about. I really don't think that Florida is CIA controlled. I could be wrong, but I think it's pretty much a free state at this point. You have to start looking around. Which states are free states? I would say that Denver's not a free state. California's not a free state. Minnesota's not a free state. Oregon's not a free state. Washington State is not a free state. Montana's a free state. Idaho's a free state, kind of. Half and half to a certain extent, because they did have that wacky shooting that happened in Idaho. Remember, where that guy supposedly walked through and killed those people? We had Ole Demigard come on. Between the two of us, we destroyed that case completely, and then it kind of went away after we destroyed it. Right? So that's what we keep trying to do. We keep trying to destroy their narratives so they don't have anything to go off of. So this is what we're seeing right here, I believe. Governor Jesse Ventura. Let me share that. I didn't share it yet. So Governor Jesse Ventura, January 4th, 1999 to 2003, Minnesota Independence Party. So he's written books that he talks about the Democrats and the Republican, like they're both like some kind of gangs, demo rats, demon rats, and I call them, and Republicans. So there is I've heard from other people, and I've said this myself, that at some point we don't have, I believe, a government as we know it now, that anyone will be able to come in and run for office. And if you have a good background, then everyone will get, freedom of speech, just like here that I'm getting right now on YouTube for however long I'm getting it. And then it becomes, people like you, they're going to start to come, they're going to support you, and your channel grows, and people come in. It's like, this guy's great, or this girl's great, this gal's great, whatever it might be. So he was a professional. What was he? Underwater Demolition Team 12. I was in Team 12 when I first came in. He was in the Navy for 6 years, 4 active duty, 2 Naval Reserves. He's a Vietnam veteran. While on active duty, he was in with UDT 12 underwater demolition team. After his discharge, he attended North Community College, began a 11-year professional wrestler career. Then he went into professional broadcasting for 11 years. He was an actor for 11 years. So he had a large following. He built a large following. So he was able to come out and run. So this was something that the CIA did not know yet, of how someone could become very popular without being in their mind controlled. I guess because he did remember he was in Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was one of the guys that was in the team. And what was that famous line that he had? Something about I'm a Tyrannosaurus sex rex or something like that. It's whatever it was when it comes to sex. So I don't know. It was funny. And so I guess the word behind the scenes, from what I heard, as SEALs, we know these things sometimes because it's in our community, that he and Arnold did not get along. I don't know if that's true or not, but that was the word behind the scenes, and that would make sense because, as we know, Arnold is a bad man, right? Very bad man. He came out during COVID and said, "I don't give a f about your rights. Get the shot." Right? So, yeah, he's a very bad man. So, as governor, he spearheaded several important initiatives, mostly sales tax rebate. Each year of his administration, Minnesotans received a tax-free check in late summer. Wow. So he led a delegation to Japan, secured a lucrative market for pork sold by a cooperative of small Minnesota farmers. He also went down, he talked about it in his book, down to Cuba, and he was followed by the CIA when he was in Cuba. So, because the CIA owns Cuba, we've always heard that Castro, the CIA was always trying to kill Castro. No, the Castro family is owned by the CIA, right? So let's go into some more stuff about that time frame. Share screen again. So Jesse talked about how shortly after taking office in 1999, he writes, he was asked to attend a meeting at the state capitol. He says 23 CIA agents were waiting for him in a basement conference room in his state capitol. They invited him. They invited, like, you're kind of like invite, like you're coming to this meeting type thing. So he goes on to say, and I can somewhat confirm, I haven't seen him on all 50, but I remember when I work with CIA officers overseas, some of them will talk about how they're going to different states to get a cush deal after working in a combat zone. I was like, that's interesting. I thought that the CIA was just for outside, interference, and the FBI was supposed to be handling stuff internal. Nope. It looks like there's a hierarchy, and the CIA is it. And the FBI and the CIA kind of like are at each other, but the CIA always wins because they're at the top of the pyramid. Ventura's account of the meeting is detailed in an advanced copy of his new book, which is scheduled for release in April. It's already out there. It's a long time ago. This is back in January of 2008. He claims the agent's questions focused on how he campaigned for office, or as Ventura writes, how had the independent wrestler candidate pulled this off? How did he win? How did he win? And then, so somebody out there, of course, have disinformationists that CIA, pays and trains and so forth. This, I don't recall. John Waddell, who served as Ventura's director of communications, said the meeting was news to him. So obviously he was put there by the CIA. So I don't recall any indication that the government had met with a CIA agent. Well, he didn't meet with just a CIA agent. He met with 23 of them, Clown Town. Now, that doesn't mean it didn't happen, but I was not aware of it. Turns out there actually was a Ventura meeting with the CIA in 1999. The CIA spokesman George Little confirmed the event today in a written statement. So many years later, they're like, yeah, there's nothing really that we need to hide because we own everything. We fixed Minnesota. It will never, ever go back to someone that we don't control from this point on. And I think we've seen that, haven't we? All right. So he left office. And when he left office, he started a series called Conspiracy Theory. And it came out, the first show, there were 3 seasons, 22 episodes, and it was on True TV, and it had 1.635 million viewers. That's huge. CNN Today has, on a good day, they have like 300,000 viewers. So I don't know. Maybe some of my videos on a good day get that many views, but throughout all the world. But CNN, is nothing. But these videos, a lot of people, it appealed to a lot of people, and I'm going to show you guys the things that were the information that was in them. Now, the last of episodes, season 3, basically had his son was part of gathering information. And who was the other one? There was, I can't see it right now. Let's see. Let me scroll down. Maybe it's down here a little bit further down. No, I don't see it. Maybe I'll come across it. But Stone, Sean Stone. I don't see it on here, but anyway, his son and Sean Stone were people that were helping him gather information. It was pretty impressive. I remember seeing. I think I watched every one of these shows, and you can still watch them. I think they're on Amazon. So here's the full schedule, season 1. Now look what he was talking about. This is 2009. So shortly after he left, being in the, I guess 4 years after he left, he left the governorship of Minnesota. He started these shows. HARP. Wow. High frequency active oral. I remember this one. Uncovers the alleged truth behind rumors that is being used as a weather modification weapon, an instrument of mind control, and or both. All right. So these abnormal brains out there could be HARPed. All right. They're out there on the streets protesting right now with Trump derangement syndrome. Ventura 9/11. Ventura investigates the rumors of a possible cover-up. How about that? So global warming, an elitist scam, Big Brother. Ventura looks into theories about how the U.S. government has gone in the name of national security to keep an eye on its citizens. All the way back in 2009. He was way ahead of his time, and he was a thorn in their side. Secret societies, Bilderberg Group. He infiltrated the Bilderberg Group. Manchurian Candidate. Rumors that the CIA has started restarted project to turn ordinary citizens into programmed assassins, like we've seen in a lot of these school shootings. And maybe that guy that just recently started shooting those people in Minnesota. Maybe Minnesota. Apocalypse 2012 looks at the rumors that the U.S. government has a doomsday plan. Denver International Airport, Plum Island Animal Disease Center, and the release of a Lyme disease and other deadly Long Island, New York. So I've had shows where we talked about that. Area 51, of course. Wall Street. Elitists to find out what caused the 2008 financial crisis. Good luck on that, because a lot of them did it. They made money, and no one's going to put them in jail. A police state. It talks about plans for government martial law and law enforcement fusion centers, internment camps. Boy, this one right here was the one that really pissed them off. And then they started to, screw with him all the way back there. JFK assassination, he tried to use the same gun, supposedly Oswald. He interviewed Lee Harvey Oswald's widow, Russian-American former pharmacist who was the wife of Lee Harvey Oswald. He interviewed her. Great Lakes, basically they're going in and buying up water rights, controlling the nation's water. Talked about it back then, 2010. The Gulf oil spill was a staged event by companies by BP and Halliburton to reap profits from the cleanup. Wow. And then Ventura investigates the theory that a missile and not a hijacked airliner hit the Pentagon. Boy, he was just hitting it all. Reptilian. Some world leaders and other influential people are really shape-shifting lizard beings. Death ray, directed energy weapon, all the way back there in 2012. Time travel. Philadelphia experiment, Montauk project, Ozarks, underground fortified bunkers and satellite surveillance systems, Skinwalker Ranch, Manimal, basically where they're experimenting and breeding animals with humans. All this is brain invaders, people who claim they are being manipulated and tortured by mind control signals. All of this stuff is, now we look back, as you were listening to this, do you go, yep. Back then it was like, it was out there. He was crushing it. And then they came after him again, right? So they harassed him every time he got on a plane. And then he had a Navy SEAL basically claim that he hit him, wrote a book about it, was on a show and talked about it. And then that Navy SEAL died on a shooting range. And after that, make a deal with the devil. Make a deal with the devil. And once your usefulness is done, boop, gone. Sad events. So, America, are we going to win? Are we going to win against these animals, right? These shapeshifters? I believe we are. I think that the Iranian thing is going to be one. I think the people of Iran are going to rise up and take down that will absolutely create peace across the Middle East. Donald Trump is going to resist all these knuckleheads from destroying. Now, as you see, all those people that are demonstrating, guys, they're going to get pushed into these big cities, and that's where they're going to end up. I've seen this for a very long time, right? It's sad but true, but as we know, MK Ultra mind control, foods, shots, vaccines. There was a show where he even talked to this one woman about the vaccines. She claimed all the way back then that there was going to be an outbreak and they were going to have a vaccine that was going to be used to inject people, but it would just kill a lot of people. He even had a woman like that, and he met her at an undisclosed airport. And she flew in, he talked to her, she got on the plane and flew away, right? So crazy stuff that he was revealing. And then they really tried to shut him down. And they've pretty much done a really good job of it. Of course, he is a little out there, like a lot of us Navy SEALs. But because we have big brains and we think outside the box, and a lot of people don't understand the stuff we go into, but it's relevant. I promise you. All right. Eventually you'll see. All right. Eventually you'll see. We look back on this stuff, 13 years later, and we're like, dang, that boy was he was on it. So it is introduced by Alex Jones. He was Escape from LA. Also, Kurt Russell did both movies. Interesting. Yes. All right. So my first mind is probably right. It's better to be broke with Jesus than in debt with the devil. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I've had little more than a tent several times in my life, and I've come back. It's no big deal. They tried to destroy me, tried to kill me. You know, destroy my family. So it is unfortunate, but we continue the fight, and we continue to keep people informed. How far it goes remains to be seen. I'm calm and cool. I don't see any problems right now, although I am moving from where I'm at. So I'll let you know where I'm going eventually. But at some point, it's going to get. I think it's going to get pretty hairy. Right? It's going to get pretty hairy. All right, guys. You know the deal. Lots of love to you guys. Stay in the love vibration. Don't let them pull you out of it. Don't get angry at them. I don't get angry at any of these people. All right. If they're a threat, I'll calmly and coolly take care of the threat however I need to. But I don't, at this point, I'm not seeing it, but I am relocating. So, but what's it going to be in the future? What's it going to be like in the future? It'll be a better place, but not until after we go through, because it's a system collapse. This whole system of control has to be collapsed, and it'll be a painful process, but it's one that has to be done. We know that the challenge of love maintained no matter what. Yes, so that it's going to be. No, I'm not going to Utah, Beth. But Utah's a very fine state. I hope you guys fare well. So, Idaho's a very fine state, but I'm not going there either. So it is. It's Tennessee. Nope. I'm going west, not Arizona. Nope. Keep guessing. Why are you relocating? Because of hurricanes. Hurricanes are going to get pretty bad, and Florida's going to get pretty bad. Florida's a very difficult state to get out of if shit goes bad, right? And I like to be able to go north, south, east, or west, up or down, right? So, and maybe many other ways, right? Up and away, whatever it takes. Swim away, run away. I usually don't run away. I just move to a different location and come back and fight again. You know that. So that's kind of what I feel like I'm doing right now. All right. Montana, nope, too cold. So there are some good guesses in there, but I'm not going to say it until I'm out, right? Because there's some very evil people out there that would love to stop a lot of us out. All right. So yes, Beth, very good. Love you all. Love to everyone. Stay in the love vibration, and we'll see you guys next time.